Okay, we continue with electrochemistry. The next topic, people, that we have is thermodynamic function of cell reaction. Okay, now can someone give me the expression for Gibbs free energy? Gibbs free energy was H minus Ts. What was G over here? Gibbs free energy. H is enthalpy, T is temperature, S is entropy. Okay, I repeat, this is Gibbs energy. H को हम क्या बोलते हैं people? Enthalpy. T is temperature and S is entropy. Okay, now can I say H is U plus PV? Enthalpy was sum of internal energy and PV क्या था people? Excellent. PV is pressure volume work. याद आ रहा है कुछ? Substitute that over here. So what do we get? G is equal to U plus PV minus Ts. Can I say then dg will be equal to du plus pdv plus vdp minus tds minus sdt. ठीक है? Any questions still here, anyone? Now, according to first law of thermodynamics, according to Flot is first law of thermodynamics. Can I say du is equal to dq plus dw, or du is equal to dq minus pdv? Let me tell here, what can I get? dq का expression, if I take pdv left में ले लिया तो du plus pdv is equal to dq. Any questions still here? Okay, very nice. According to second law of thermodynamics, what is entropy? dq over t, or we can say that dq is equal to S was Q reversible upon temperature, heat absorbed reversibly. तो यहाँ पे दो expressions मिले. Now let's put these here. dg का क्या एक्सप्रेशन मिला था? du plus pdv. What is du plus pdv, people? So I can substitute this by dq. Yes or no? Plus vdp. What is tds minus dq minus sdt? This is d of g. Anyone don't get that? कुछ तो कैंसिल हो रहा है. क्या कैंसिल हो रहा है? dq dq क्या बचा? dg is equal to vdp minus. Cell reactions usually take place at constant pressure. What does that mean? Which process? Constant pressure, isobaric. तो dp क्या मिलेगा? 0. If there's a cell reaction going on, atmospheric pressure, दूसरे रूम में जाओ तो pressure change हो गया क्या? Unless I take this and go deep into the ocean, तब जाके pressure change होने वाला है. And that is why you can put dp is equal to 0. The moment you put dp is equal to 0, dg क्या मिला? dg is equal to minus s dt. Any questions still here? Or can I write s is equal to minus d of g over dt? Give me the relation between g and delta g and E cell. Delta g is equal to excellent minus nf E cell. Therefore यहाँ पे first can I write delta s is equal to minus d by dt of delta g, and what is the expression for delta g? So this is minus d by dt of minus nf E cell. So what expression do we get here? Delta s is equal to n f d of E cell upon d of t. Any questions still here? D of E upon d upon dt is called as temperature coefficient of cell. So thermodynamic function and relation between E cell. We already had delta G thermodynamic function and E cell का relation. Did you people get that? Mathematical proof है ये. Next, we did heat capacities. मेरे को बताओ Cp का मतलब क्या था? Cp was heat absorbed at constant. बोला heat capacity at constant pressure. What was heat absorbed at constant pressure? Excellent. और एक expression क्या था? What was? How do you represent heat absorbed at constant pressure? Very nice. Excellent. Delta H डेल्टा एच को हम क्या बोलते हैं? हीट एब्जॉर्ब्ड एट कांस्टेंट प्रेशर. डेल्टा यू को क्या बोलते थे हम? इंटरनल एनर्जी और चेंज इन इंटरनल एनर्जी, और वाज आल्सो कॉल्ड एज हीट एब्जॉर्ब्ड एट कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम. Cp को हम लिख सकते हैं डेल्टा Cp इज डेल्टा H ओवर डेल्टा T. गिब्स एनर्जी से एक्सप्रेशन क्या मिलता है? डेल्टा G इज इक्वल टू डेल्टा H माइनस T डेल्टा S. यहाँ से डेल्टा H का एक्सप्रेशन क्या है? डेल्टा G प्लस T delta S. What is delta G? Negative NF E cell. And what is T into delta S का expression क्या है people? NF D of E cell over. This is another expression for delta H. So if I want delta Cp, I can substitute this and find the expression for did you clear that? Oh. Now people यहाँ पे एक छोटा सा मिस्टेक किया है. So Cp write it as heat absorbed at constant pressure. ऐसा होना चाहिए था वो. So when we find delta Cp या D of Cp, it will be d by dt of delta H. And delta H का expression we get that from here. So this is d over dt of delta H का expression क्या है? Minus NF E cell plus NFT d by dt of E cell. तो इसको डेरिवेट करो, what do you get? D of Cp will be, this is minus NF, this will become d of E cell by dt plus NF, and this will be d by dt of T into d by dt of E cell. अब इसका सेपरेटली डेरिवेटिव निकालना पड़ेगा. सो दिस इज माइनस NF d of, instead of E cell I am just writing DE plus this will become NF under what do we have? T into d by dt of E square E cell तो हो जाएगा d square E by dt square. I hope डबल डेरिवेटिव किया है. प्लस d of E cell by dt and d by dt of T. We're just applying d by dt of UV. Bracket open karo, so minus NF d by dt. This will become plus NFT d square E by dt squared minus NF d of E cell by dt. इसको कैंसिल कर सकते हैं. सो फाइनल एक्सप्रेशन व्हाट वी गेट इज डेल्टा Cp और d of Cp इज इक्वल टू NFT d square E by that's the expression for delta Cp. चलो पॉज करो. पॉज करो. Now people, let's do some sums based on thermodynamic functions of cell reaction. Let's do the first one. यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है? The delta H for the reaction so and so is 1280 calories. If E naught is 0.0455 volts, calculate temperature coefficient. So they've given us delta H, and how much is that? 1280 calories. We need to convert calories to joules. कैसे करते हैं? 1280 into 4.184. You'll get the value in terms of joules. Okay. What do we have to find? Temperature coefficient. So we are looking for d of E cell by dt. Temperature, let's take it as 298 Kelvin. If you look at the cell reaction, how much is N? Or the number of moles of electrons involved. Okay. So N का value क्या है people यहाँ पे? 1. Now I think कर सकते हैं. What is the formula for delta H? यहाँ पे हमने delta H का formula derive किया था. Minus NF E cell plus NFT d of E cell by dt. वापस से delta H is minus NF E cell plus NFT d of E cell by dt. Delta H का value we have from here, which is how much? 1280 into 4.184. How much is N? N is 1. How much is F? Faraday? 96500 coulombs. So 1 into 96500 into E cell given is how much? 0.0455 plus again N is 1 into 96,500 into 298 Kelvin into this is that we are looking for. कर सकते हैं? Easy, very good. Hint copy कर लो, and I want the mathematical part. आप उसको खुद पे करना. Similarly, look at this question. Fe electrode as the anode and cadmium electrode as the cathode. We have E naught cell value. They have given us temperature coefficient. So d of E cell over dt is how much? Minus 0.125 volt per Kelvin. Temperature is 298. We have to find delta G, delta H and delta S. How will you find delta G naught? Formula people. Minus N F E naught cell. How much is N? F is losing 2 electrons, cadmium is gaining 2 electrons. So N की value is 2. F is how much? 96,500. And E naught cell कितना दिया उन्होंने? 0.0372. Solve this and you'll get the value of delta G. How will you find delta S? Delta S का हमने क्या derive किया था formula? पिछला पेज रब कर दिया क्या? Okay, कोई बात नहीं. What was the formula for delta S? N F d of E cell by dt. So again we have all the data here. N ka value is how much, people? 2. F is 96,500 and d of cell by dt is minus 0. This will give you the value for delta S. And finally, what do we have to find? Delta H. Can I say delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S? So यहाँ से delta H की वैल्यू क्या मिलेगी? Delta G naught plus T delta S. Delta G का value is here. Delta S का value will get from here. Temperature is 298 Kelvin. इसको solve करेंगे, so we'll get delta H. ठीक है? So these were some simple numericals based on thermodynamic functions of cell reaction. Next class we will continue with cell concentration cell, and एक छोटा सा formula भी रह गया था which was relation between E cell and equilibrium. ठीक है? चलो, I'll see you people next class.